Class of 2026, you may be seated. Good evening, graduates, families, friends, those joining us via the live stream, BGS faculty and staff, MCCSC administration, and members of the Board of School Trustees. Thank you for being here this evening. My name is Lucas Calhoun, and as principal, it is my honor to welcome you to the 2026 graduation ceremony of the Bloomington Graduation School. Tonight we celebrate more than academic achievement. We celebrate resilience, self-discovery, and the courage it took to arrive here. This is more than a milestone. It reflects persistence, growth, and the decision to keep moving forward. This is also an important moment in the story of BGS. The class of 2026 is our 15th graduating class. And this year we celebrate 36 graduates, the largest class in our school's history. At BGS, we understand something deeply. Learning does not always follow a straight line. As MCCSC's alternative high school, our strength is in honoring each student's journey. We live this work every day by creating flexible, engaging options for all learners, whether they're in person or online, by empowering students to take ownership of their learning and their lives, and by building an environment where students feel seen, safe, and capable of success. Graduates, you turned obstacles into opportunities. Your time here is not defined only by credits, but by quieter victories, showing up or logging in when days were tough, staying the course when things felt uncertain, advocating for yourself, building real relationships, and finding your own voice. Tonight you will leave with more than just a diploma. You'll leave with proof that you can do hard things, and that you did do hard things, and that you earned this on your terms. To our faculty and staff, thank you for showing up each day with consistency and with care, for seeing what others may miss, even when the potential wasn't obvious, for believing in students on their hardest days and their best ones, for holding them to high expectations, walking beside them every step of the way. The work is not easy, but it is meaningful and it matters. And tonight, these graduates are proof of that. To our MCCSC leadership, Board of Trustees, and community partners, thank you for supporting the work that we do. Your commitment reinforces something important. There's more than one path to success, and more than one way to reach this moment. To the families, caregivers, and friends, thank you for your support, your patience, and your trust along the way. Now, as it is tradition here at BGS, several of our graduates have chosen to share a few words this evening. These short speeches are a space for our students to express gratitude and reflect on their experience at BGS, as well as offer advice for those who may follow in their footsteps. I know you're going to join me in celebrating their courage and their authenticity, and we'll individually welcome them into the stage. And our first speaker is Mr. Ty Anderson.
Hello everyone, my name is Ty Anderson, and I attended Bloomington Graduation School for all 4 years. And it was a great experience here, and I want to thank you all the staff for believing in me, for pushing me to be better, and for helping me to stay on the right path. If I had to tell the other students, one thing I would say is keep your head up, even if you're struggling, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I also want to say a special thank you to my mom for staying up late with me to help me with anything I needed, and for the times when I didn't want to go to school, but you told me to get up and go get my education. So I thank you for pushing me and for never letting me give up. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Our next speaker to come up to the stage is Olivia Holland.
Good evening, everyone. To our teachers, family, and friends, I'm Talia Olivia Holland, and I'm a junior here at Bloomington Graduation School. First, I want to thank teachers and staff, as each of them have given me a safe environment to learn, work, and talk, always striving to help and guide me in the best way they can. I came here from Bloomington South as a sophomore with 12 credits, coming with a classroom with 30 students to now with only 10 people, and now 42 credits. Next, I want to thank my family, my grandparents, for always guiding me and knowing what's right for me even when I didn't want to do it. I'm truly so much stronger because of them. And lastly, I want to thank God because He has always given me the strength to keep pushing through. Okay.
Thank you, Olivia. Next up is Kaya King.
Hello, all. I am Kaya King. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who has come here tonight. Not only the staff and administrators, but also the families and friends of the stars tonight, the graduates. I would also like to recognize the graduates themselves. I'm sure some of you didn't know what to make of high school, and maybe you couldn't even imagine graduating. I know for a long time I couldn't imagine myself up here on the stage. Our time at BGS may have been short, although not for Hannah. She seems to have been here forever. But truly, I appreciate all of you, not only for sticking together, but for lifting each other up, encouraging one another to do better, and continuing to strive forward. I hope that as you move on from high school, you carry with you the support, encouragement, and lessons from the people who believed in you along the way. My first 2 years of high school were a struggle, to say the least. I missed a lot of school, I kept to myself, I hid away. I even got into trouble because of how much I was missing. Honestly, it surprises even me to be standing here giving this speech. This school made it possible for me to pull myself out of a really difficult place and graduate on time. I never thought I would have. I got to be part of the student council, which was a little chaotic at first because it was the very first year that they tried it. So honestly, you could call me a founding father. But it ended up being a lot of fun. We planned school events, parties, and even prom. We even won an award, which was super duper cool. Although I must enjoy the bragging. I also had the opportunity to attend Hoosier Hills and take agriculture classes, which I would absolutely recommend. Through that experience, I became part of the FFA, which used to stand for Future Farmers of America, although it means something entirely different now. It was really rewarding to work alongside my peers and pursue goals I didn't even realize I wanted to achieve. Through Hoosier Hills, I received the Comeback Kid Award, and through Mr. Dwyer at BGS, I was nominated for a Personal Achievement Award. This past year at BGS has made me genuinely excited to begin the next chapter of my life. And I hope everyone graduating with me tonight feels, too, some of that excitement. And just being simply done with high school. Again, thank you everyone for being here tonight, for listening, and for supporting the graduates. And most importantly, thank you to my family, who showed me that I could grow, move forward, and have a second chance at the life I was close to throwing away. Thank you.
Our next speaker coming up is Hunter Moore.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hunter Moore, and I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who helped me get to this point. First, thank you to my mom for waking me up and making me go to school when I planned on not going at all. Thank you to the office staff and the teachers for pushing me to do my work when I would just screw around, especially Miss Rupert and Mr. Dwyer. They gave me extensions when they didn't have to, and they always helped me out when I was stuck. I don't have that memory that many memories at BGS, but out of the memories I do have, my favorites were in Mr. Dwyer's class. And my plan after high school is to leave for the Army in July and hopefully turn that into a career.
Next to the stage, Nessa Mundy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nessa Mundy. I want to start off by thanking some people who helped me get to where I am now. Thank you to the staff of BGS for pushing me and helping me get through this year. Thank you to my sister Diane, who convinced me to keep going every time I felt like giving up, and for continuing to love me and believe in me even when I am being difficult. Thank you to my grandma, who got me up for school every day and made sure I never missed a day. Thank you to all my friends who were always there to talk to me and cheer me up on bad days. Thank you to Jalen for being by my side and encouraging me to keep going. And last but not least, I want to thank my mom for always believing in me and having my back. Before coming to BGS, I thought I would never get through high school, let alone graduate. When I first started out as a junior, I was burnt out and tired all the time. I would sleep through all my classes, never do my work, even when my teachers told me to do it. In the middle of my junior year, I dropped out of BGS because I felt too overwhelmed to get out of bed every day. The summer before my senior year, my mom had passed away suddenly, and me and my siblings moved away from each other. I came to live with my grandparents, and it was a really big change for me. After living in town with my mom and siblings for the past 17 years, I feel like there's some of this missing, but I can keep going. It's okay. Anyways, I miss her so much, and I wish she were here every day. Trying to accept the fact that she's gone and things are different now has been difficult. I'm so thankful to my friends and my family for being there to love me and to talk to me when I needed it, and support me through everything. When I came back to BGS as a senior, I was sure I wouldn't be able to graduate because of all the credits I was behind on. I started my senior year in sophomore English, but now I'm ending with no English left. BGS helped me gain back all the credits I needed to graduate. My teachers, especially my resource teacher, Miss Frenchbender, and my teacher, Mr. Dwyer, helped me make it through school. And before I get off stage, I just want to say how proud I am of myself. After years of feeling sure I wouldn't get through it and I wouldn't graduate, I feel so happy to be getting my diploma and closing out this chapter of my life and starting a new one.
Thank you, Nessa. And our last speaker for the evening is Jay Stidd.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jay Stidd, and one thing I would like to mention about BGS is that we are by no means the largest school around, and I think that's pretty obvious. But honestly, there's something special about a small community like ours. Out of all the schools I've attended, I've never expected to meet some of the realest and most genuine friends and educators here of all places. The memories I've made with them are ones I know I will carry with me long after I walk off this stage today. First, I would like to thank some of the people who made this journey what it was. Most importantly, I would like to thank Colby Brown, the person who encouraged me to attend this school in the first place. At the time, I was behind on credits, and he believed BGS would not only help me catch up, but give me a chance to truly succeed. I don't even think he realized how right he was. When I sat down at lunch after my very first classes here, I had no idea what to expect, and I definitely didn't expect to meet people who would become lifelong friends that same day. And I definitely did not expect to run into Lou Enstrom again, someone I had randomly ran into on a bus while attending North High School previously. Little did I know that not long after that, we'd be having friendly competitions over who was a better welder. At the same lunch table, I also met Ty Anderson. Ty consistently pushed me to stay on top of my schoolwork, but more importantly, he pushed me to become the best version of myself, whether I needed a study partner, advice, or just someone willing to listen. He was always there when I needed him most, and that kind of friendship is something I'll always be thankful for and hope to keep for years to come. I could spend all day talking about how the friends I met here changed me for the better in ways they probably do not even realize. But I also want to leave room to talk about our educators. To all of our teachers, thank you for caring about us, not only as students, but as people. Whether it was conversations about space and solar systems in Miss Moore's class, or listening to Mr. Dwyer teach us about the Red Scare, somehow making something both ridiculous and historically important feel genuinely interesting. Your classes never felt just like schoolwork. You made us curious, you made us think, and that matters more than you probably know. And then there's Ms. Schock. Math was never my strongest subject, and honestly, making math fun sounded impossible to me. But somehow, she managed to do it. More importantly, she made sure students actually understood what we were learning. Instead of just memorizing it long enough to pass a test, she created a classroom where students felt comfortable enough asking questions, participating, and improving beyond academics. She was also someone students could go to for support and guidance, and I know I'm not the only one here who appreciates that deeply. And finally, I'd like to give one last special thank you to Ms. Rupert. I never thought I'd have a teacher get me excited about what book we were reading next. Seriously. But her classes became about more than just reading books or literature. They became conversations about society, injustice, human nature, and the world around us. Through realistic fiction and dystopian stories, she challenged us to think deeper and see connections between literature and real life. Thank you for helping me to rediscover a passion I had not realized I had lost. And finally, thank you to everyone who showed up for me throughout this journey. My classmates, teachers, friends, and especially my family. I would not be standing here today without the people in front of me now. We have all been shaped by the people around us. And as we move forward in the next chapter of our lives, I hope we remember how much a small act of belief, support, or kindness can truly change somebody's path. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
Each year at graduation, we take time to honor distinctive graduates with awards, and we do that departmentally. And our first department to do that this evening is English Language Arts, and Ms. Rupert will come to the stage and give that award.
It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I am Becky Rupert, and this is Susie Kreitz, and we're the English department at BGS. Each year, the BGS English Language Arts Department chooses one student to receive our top department award. Traditionally, this award has gone to a student who demonstrates strong work ethic, thoughtful reading, and strong writing. This year, though, the choice was especially difficult. As Ms. Kreitz and I looked over and discussed the list of students, we realized that many were deserving. We had students who worked hard, grew as writers, and participated in meaningful ways and showed real commitment to their learning. But one student stood out to me for a slightly different reason. This student brought something to English class that can't always be measured by grades or test scores. He brought genuine curiosity. He brought enthusiasm. He brought excitement about books, characters, ideas, and the real-world issues we discussed in class. He was the kind of student who would stay after class to keep talking about a character's choices, about a conflict in a story, about the way a text connected to the world around us. And those conversations mattered. His excitement was contagious. Many times I would leave our conversations thinking about a book or a character or a situation in a new way because of something he said. He also cared deeply about the quality of his work. Whether he was writing a paper or creating a visual one-pager, he wanted feedback. He wanted to know how to make it better. He wanted his ideas to come across clearly and meaningfully. That kind of effort, curiosity, and pride in learning is exactly what we hope to see in English language arts. This award recognizes not only strong work, but also a student who reminds us why literature, writing, and discussion matter. English class is at its best when students are willing to think, question, connect, and care. And this student did all those things. So it's my great pleasure to present this year's English Language Arts Award to Jay Stidd.
Our next departmental award is mathematics, and Ms. Schock will be presenting.
Hello, everybody. I am Emily Schock. I teach math at Bloomington Graduation School. And math is sometimes a tricky subject for a lot of our students. And sometimes we get people who come in terrified of math, and sometimes we get students who come in already good at math, and sometimes those students kind of try to just coast along a little bit. But this student who's receiving this award came in good at math and didn't want to just leave it there. She decided that she was going to get A's in all of her classes, that she was going to understand all of the material, except maybe proofs. But she really took it upon herself to learn the material, to help other students around her, and she really changed and grew throughout her time at BGS, and so this year's Math Department Award goes to Kaya King.
Tonight, I will be presenting the Science Award on behalf of Ms. Megan Moore. She sends her heartfelt regards as she is unable to be here this evening. So I'll be reading what she sent along. This winner has consistently shown what it means to think like a scientist. They approach science not just as a subject to study, but as a way to understand the world. Whether we were discussing ideas in class or diving into deeper scientific conversations beyond the lesson, they always brought thoughtful questions, curiosity, and insight. What has especially stood out is the way they continued exploring science outside the classroom, designing and trying experiments at home that build on what we had learned in class. Coming to class ready to discuss thoughts and questions they had the night before, and seeking me out to share their discoveries even when I didn't have them in class that quarter. That kind of genuine curiosity cannot be taught. It comes from a true scientific mind and a passion for learning about the world around us. To the winner, Ms. Moore says, your thoughtful inquiry, enthusiasm, and dedication to exploration have made you truly deserving of this award. Congratulations, and this year's Science Department winner is Leo Bevel. Next up is Social Studies and Mr. Jim Dwyer.
Good evening. So it's my honor to present the Social Studies Department Award to this student. This student truly embodied curiosity, dedication, and creativity throughout the school year. From the very first day of class, this student brought enthusiasm into the room every single day. Whether we were discussing ancient civilizations, revolutions, global conflicts, or cultural movements, they approached every lesson with energy, thoughtfulness, and a genuine desire to learn more about the world. In our world history class, this student consistently demonstrated an outstanding work ethic. Every assignment was completed with care and attention to detail, and they continually challenged themselves to learn more and more. But they also engaged with classmates, and they helped to improve the discussion atmosphere and just make an even more creative, positive learning environment for everyone. And one of my special memories I'll have of this student is for our World Religions project. And they collaborated with the Fab Lab at BGS, and they designed and created a 3D sculpture symbolizing their mastery and understanding of world history. This project showcased not only academic excellence, but also imagination, problem-solving skills, and the ability to bring historical concepts to life in a meaningful and modern way. I'm pleased this year to present the Social Studies Department Award to Gabby Branson.
Presenting our Plato Award is Mrs. Lori Frenchbender.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming and joining us to celebrate our BGS graduates. I have the honor of presenting the Plato Department Award. Plato are online courses completed with teacher support and supervision. Our award winner is not only an outstanding student, but a kind and thoughtful young person, an avid reader, and a talented artist. This student showed the motivation and ability to excel in all classes, particularly Plato classes. She was self-disciplined, organized, and consistently pushed herself to do her best on all assignments. Her grades were excellent. This ray of sunshine will be missed at BGS. Though she couldn't be with us tonight, please join me in applauding the 2026 Plato Department Award winner, Miss Akela Sears. Thank you.
BGS also has an online portion of our school, and presenting our BGS Online Award is Mr. Eric Carpenter.
Good evening. My name is Eric Carpenter, and it has been my honor to be the online teacher at BGS for the last 3 years. The online students, like so many of our BGS students, show perseverance and self-discipline, but they have to excel most specifically in that self-discipline category and self-advocacy because of the self-paced nature of the programming. This year's online department award winner took to that immediately, always asked questions, always came with good content, good feedback, good knowledge, and was never afraid to advocate for themselves. And I'm proud to present this year's BGS Online Department Award to Miss Thea Rousseau.
Prior to my announcement of the 2026 Principals Award, I'm going to take a few moments to recognize a couple of members of the class of 2026 who garnered special recognition earlier this year. So when I mention your name, if you don't mind standing and waving, that would be wonderful. Via the Hoosier Hills Career Center, our very own Brendan Daskus was named Most Outstanding in Automotive Collision and Repair. Our Monroe County Foundation Personal Achievement Award winner was Kaya King. And we were honored to have 2 Northside Exchange Bill Boer Comeback Kid Award winners in the class of 2026, one recognized by Hoosier Hills and one recognized by BGS, and they were Kaya King and Jalen Davidson. So each year, the BGS principal is blessed to present the Principals Award. Every so often, a student comes through a school who has the ability to seamlessly connect with most students and nearly, if not all, the staff. This year's Principal Award winner is that student. Throughout his time at BGS, I saw remarkable creativity in language arts, analytical acumen in social studies, perseverance in mathematics, and a spirit of inquisitiveness in STEM, all while building meaningful connections with peers across different backgrounds and social groups. In a school our size, having a front row seat to witness this was an absolute joy. There were also challenging moments, but what always stood out was his ability to learn, to grow, and reflect. We were lucky to have time with you, pal, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. This year's Principal Award winner is Spooks McLaughlin. All right, now it's the time. Superintendent Winston, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Bloomington Graduation School, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the class of 2026. These students have fulfilled all the requirements established by the Monroe County Community Schools Corporation and the state of Indiana. With great pride, I recommend for them graduation and respectfully request that you confer upon them their high school diplomas.
On behalf of the Monroe County Community School Corporation, Board of School Trustees, and the entire MCCSC faculty and staff, congratulations, class of 2026. What a joy it is to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate this extraordinary group of young people. You did it. To the many parents, educators, guardians, family members, and friends who have been by their side and supported these students every step of the way, thank you, thank you, thank you. Graduates, Today, we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone in your lives. Today's ceremony is not just a culmination of years of hard work, but a testament to your resilience, your determination, and your growth. As you leave this chapter behind, remember this: success is not simply measured by titles, accolades, or income. It is measured by how you treat people, how you respond to adversity, and how willing you are to use your talents to make life better for others. This class has consistently demonstrated just how much you care for each other. No matter where your journey leads, never underestimate the impact you can have on your community and the people around you. You have grown into thinkers, doers, leaders, and citizens that we are proud to send out into today's world. Your future is bright, and the future of our world is even brighter because of each of you. We wish you the very best as you chart the next path in your lives, and it's my pleasure to say, Mr. Calhoun, by the authority vested in me by the Indiana Department of Education, it is a privilege to present the members of the Bloomington Graduation School Class of 2026 for the receipt of their diplomas.
All right, it is that time. I'm going to invite BGS faculty member Mr. Jim Dwyer to the podium to share the names as we begin presenting the diplomas.
Graduates in the first group, please stand up. Ty Anderson. Leo Bevel. Hannah Bowles. Gabriella Sue Branson. Colby Lee Brown. Brendan Michael Daskus. Jalen Nicole Davidson. Nakaya Griffey Caldwell. Haley Lynn Griffith. Talia Olivia Holland. Austin Hughes. Kaya King. Spooks P. McLaughlin. Coraline Anna McQuarrie. Alexis Lynn Mitchell. Hunter Moore. Nessa Ann Mundy. Keegan Pope. Thea Ananias Roussos. Emma Ryan. Shane Boise Sears. Skylin Michelle Sharp. Liliana Andrea Solis. Gabriel J. Stid. Anna Marie Trulock. Ava May Trulock. Olivia Marie Welch. Marie Ann Williams.
Before we close, I'd like to let everyone know that after we conclude, everyone is welcome to join us outside in the cafeteria for refreshments, photos, and fellowships. We thank you all for being here, and we hope the rest of your evening is joyful and blessed. Graduates, will you please join me one last time by standing? As you leave here tonight, you are not expected to have everything figured out. Very few people do. What matters is that you keep on moving forward. One decision at a time, one step at a time. Use what you've learned here, show up, be honest with yourself, ask for help when you need it, and keep going. Because if your journey here has proven anything, it's this. You know how to keep going. Class of 2026, we are proud of you, and we believe in you, and we are excited to see what you do next. And if you would, please, take your tassels from right to left. And everyone, would you please join me in congratulating the Bloomington Graduation School's class of 2026?